information from unverified sources. In 2021, Klobuchar rolled out the Health Misinformation Act, which would empower HHS to reign supreme over any medical narrative.
So essentially, she wanted to grant the Secretary of Health and Human Services absolute power to decide what is and isn't true about health. Now, it's worth noting the current Secretary of Health and Human Services, Xavier Becerra, is not a doctor and not a scientist, he's a trial lawyer. So that's who would be in charge of health information under that law. So she got laughed at in the media, finally, for this law, and there's a whole long list of the Twitter Files episode here is just a whole long list of Twitter executives basically saying, finally a W for us.
But information wasn't the only subject in Klobuchar's crosshairs. She also wanted to silence individuals. The Minnesota Democrat also advocated for the removal of Donald Trump and Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on all social media platforms via the Center for Countering Digital Hate. Such efforts earned Klobuchar the nickname Blacklist Amy among Twitter employees. Last year, the senator lamented the fact that Elon Musk, a self-described free speech absolutist, had gained the keys to then Twitter's online town square, saying there had to be some kind of content moderation. But don't worry, Klobuchar hasn't given up on controlling the flow of information just yet. Now, the former presidential candidate is demanding Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos to bar his Alexa product from citing information from independent media outlets like Rumble and Substack.
God knows how many articles in Substack they object to, or Rumble they object to, but they want to ban the entire platform, basically, from being cited. And this comes from the Washington Post, which, by the way, had to print a whole raft of corrections because of something I wrote on Substack.
Taibbi warns that if free speech opponents like Klobuchar get their way, the only narrative available to the public will be the one approved by the state.
If you impose all of these controls and only do it on the independent press, or only do it on the press and not on the government, then what you get is a government that has a monopoly on disinformation, which will make it even worse. Then there will be no fear whatsoever of doing another WMD style exercise, or doing another Russiagate, or any of the many deceptions that happened during COVID.